do you think that college really helped you to become the coach you are today? Or do you think that just your life experiences and dealing with your own coaches and your own self-improvement that you put in throughout all of your life, I would imagine. I mean,
Mix.
It's a mix.
I would say,
so
college,
what percentage, like, would you say that it's 75% or 50-50, or what would you, how would you describe
hard to say that because college is part of my life experience.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Where even in college, I was dealing with getting bullied. I was in a, trying to connect to people and trying to see community and not knowing how to do it. I, did do a sorority for a little bit, didn't feel fully connected there. I was seeking things and it was the whole experience. My degree is something that, like, now psychology is something that we've grown a lot in the human mind. So PR and communications helped a lot too, because with PR I was studying like fear mongering and the effects of fear on America and around the world and around the globe. And then with communications and things like that, I was, effective communication, obviously. With psychology, I was also learning like our systems, our internal systems, our mental health comparative to other countries, like what works, what doesn't, like all of it. And everything, especially what I learned in college. Like, I mean, after I got sober too, it was like my mind started firing on all cylinders, and it continues to surprise me the amount that I'm able to like recall. And now I've continued my education. I'm big on that. There was one time I was coaching a psychologist actually, and I had been operating on some old information. The stuff that I learned, everything that excuse me for any grammar people out there. The things that I learned back then were amazing. They're incredible. They still apply today. We've just grown a lot on like we've learned even more. Joe Dispenza talked about it recently, that people have been able to heal their cancer. I don't recommend just doing this, but through meditation and their mindset. Your mind is so powerful. It can create dis-ease, which creates diseases. So there's a lot of things that we learned. There's a lot of things we're growing in.
Okay. So say that again. Okay. Because
yes.
this is powerful. I don't want anybody to miss this.
Oh, it's so important. Your mind is so insanely.
Our mind is so powerful that it is creating our good, our bad, our ugly, our everything. It's making us sick. I mean,
yes.
Can you just tell people that when you are constantly telling yourself you're sick, that you're probably going to be sick?
Absolutely. Because your brain and your body are listening to you. So anyone can practice this at home. Tell yourself something nice and feel it and feel the truth of it. Something that you feel is truthful. Like, man, I really love how smart I am, or how much I give to other people. Feel that and notice how your body lights up. You'll notice you lift more, your body shifts. Now tell yourself something ugly, cruel, mean. I'm a piece of shit. I hate everything. I don't swear. I'm terrible. I'm an awful person. And notice how you'll concave. And now you'll notice that like other people will notice that thing. Here's another one. Have you ever been around someone where you love their energy or you love something about them? You don't know what, you just met them, but man, there's something about them. It's because of the way they speak to themselves and the way that they're grounded. And then if you've ever been around someone that you're like, I can't stand this person, I gotta get away from them, it's because they're the way that they speak to themselves and to others is more toxic. We all pick it up. You and I are just giving some words to it. Now, I will say this. I do not like toxic positivity. It does not work. I don't believe in blowing smoke up your, you know what? A lot of people can gaslight in that area and spiritually bypass, it's called. And we can call it emotionally bypass and bypassing. It is more effective to be honest and truthful. So that way you can get to the healing and you can get to the, what I call is the positive reality statement. There are certain things, depending on your gender, your race, your ethnicity, your nationality, what country you're obviously country from nationality, and skin tone, all of that. There are extra things that you will have to overcome and deal with, whether you realize it or not, whether you want to push it in your subconscious or not. There are things that each country has extra limiting beliefs, each gender, each this is that, different limiting beliefs. By being honest, you'll get to overcoming it a lot faster. So there will be some people that, like, just like in trauma, there are some people who have had way more trauma than others. It's just a fact. It's not crazy to be like, no, that's a reality. It doesn't help by gaslighting it, steamrolling it, putting it down, putting it back, because no matter what, subconscious and your body keeps the score, that kind of thing. the truth comes out in the behaviors and in what we see today. So the fastest way through is by acknowledging it first, accepting it,
Right.
and then you can do something about it. Now let's get to the solution.
Yeah, this is incredibly important, because what you're saying is that our mind is creating our reality.
Yes.
I mean, and I don't. And look, at the end of the day, you're absolutely right. You got to be honest with yourself. If you're screwing things up, just be honest with it. I mean, one of the most irritating things for me to deal with in my life, because I've been dealing with people. I mean, I deal with hundreds and hundreds and thousands. I mean, throughout my 25 years in business.
Oh yeah.
So many people, so many personalities, so many flaky people, so many people that didn't do what they say they're going to do, so many people that let me down, so many people. And so you have to really be very careful, because you could become so jaded by the world that you finally meet a good person and then you treat them like shit.
Oh yeah.
Because you're thinking that everybody's the same, but everybody's not the same. So what are some of the biggest challenges, first of all, like, what are the challenges that people are coming to you with in relationships, in toxic, bad relationships, whatever? I mean, like, what are some of those issues that you're having to help people overcome? And maybe just give us some ideas on how you help them overcome those challenges.
Ooh, there's a lot. I've coached over 1,000 men at this point all over the world. I will say there's common themes and common things. The main thing is we attract our belief systems, and we only see that. I call it the Where's Waldo effect. So for instance, in your case, if you didn't heal this, if you constantly only see people that are flakes that can't show up for you, and you're constantly like, see, there it is again, then what that means is that you're not paying attention to, and you don't know how to train your brain to see all the other applicants or all the other dates or all the other people that are right there, literally right there, staring at you going, I'm not, but you can't see me, because you're only choosing to go to look for and spot the things that confirm your belief system. It's why some people with certain really strong belief systems, when you try and have a conversation with them and they like freak out, they're tied to this belief system. And if you challenge it in a certain way, then, you know what I mean? Then they can't hear you. So curiosity always bypasses threat monitoring too. So curiosity always helps with that. But once you realize that you're like, I've got a repeat pattern going on, I'm constantly seeing flakes or people that don't show up for me, or rude people, or narcissistic people, or toxic people, or whatever. Okay, what's going on? And it's not your fault. It's not your fault how people treat you. That is not your responsibility. It's our part if it keeps happening, if it's something where it means that there's something that happened in the past in our childhood while our subconscious mind was forming. So our subconscious mind forms from the ages of 2 to 10 up to 14. And then if there's any other traumas, inciting incidences, large things that happen in life, that gets stacked into. But for the most part, what happens is seeds of your reality are planted in there. And no matter what, everyone's got things to overcome. Everyone's got some sort of like, this won't work or this or whatever, just some more than others. So a seed of doubt will get placed in. I'm not good enough because I'm receiving that my parents only love me when I make a good grade or I do something good. So I have to prove myself now. Now, later on, that's just a seed planted. Later on, if you get around someone or you date someone that makes you feel less than and makes you feel like you need to prove yourself, your brain goes, see, I knew it. I knew it. Now, what happens is you're going to look for only that. You don't mean to, but our subconscious mind is very simple. It is designed to keep you safe by keeping you right. So no matter what you believe, it's going to prove you right either way. So whether you feel like you're good enough or you're not good enough doesn't actually matter. You're going to prove yourself right either way. So which one do you want to be? So the biggest thing that I see is, and the biggest thing that I coach on is, we find out what seeds were planted, because those are your blocks that are manifesting later on. Those are the ones that are keeping you away from your career, sabotaging your career and sabotaging your love life. And they also, the most beautiful part about it though, too, is through your trauma and through your pain is actually how you'll also find your purpose and why certain things matter to you and why certain core values matter to you. And it'll also help you with identifying who's in alignment with you. So if you've been through a lot of stuff, I get it. A lot of things in life. I totally get it. It's why I do what I do. We get to find like why certain things will matter to you and why it's actually going to help you to be even more incredibly powerful and effective and successful in career and relationship. So that's the number one thing that I really see a lot of is people have some pain points, some seeds planted, and some limiting beliefs. And sometimes they're not even aware of it. I've had people that are like, no, I love myself. I think of this, but then they're sabotaging their relationship or accidentally cheating when they don't want to, or doing something they don't want to, or escaping, or overworking, or running, whatever it is, sabotaging an area of their life, and they don't understand why, because they want this thing. They know they're like, no, I get. But something in your brain, there's a seed planted back there, and we do not think in the subconscious mind. We do not. We behave automatically from it. Your autopilot is from there. That's the bus driver. So when you're in fear or scared or secretly something or up against something that really matters to you, the inner child or the subconscious mind or the negative seed planet is go, nope, I don't think so, because that's scary. And then we're going to have to be vulnerable. And what if it doesn't work out like it did before? So that's where you'll get people that shock themselves, where they're like, I know I want this thing. I know I deserve this thing. Why is this thing happening?
If you like this video and you want to watch another one, click right here. If you want to watch the entire podcast, click right here.